Emeigh. He was born and raised in Bucks County and is a graduate of Harry S. Truman. He is a survivor of multiple suicide attempts along with mental health and substance use struggles. He serves now as an outreach and development director at NAMI to help others see that help isn't out of reach and that Bucks County is a great place to find hope and recovery. Nick Emeigh.
Yeah, that's my name's Nick, and I'm a lot of things, admittedly, but one thing that I really am right now is truly grateful to be here. I'm a graduate of Truman High School, so this is my hometown. I grew up in Levittown. What we're doing today, I know it's easy to be emotional and get sad, but what we're doing is we're fighting in the open. That's what we're doing. And I honestly feel at each of these walks that you're walking for me. I do. I feel that way. How many people here are here today because someone that you love couldn't be here? Raise your hand. I see you. I'm still here. I survived 3 suicide attempts because this, when you've got depression, you feel like you're filled with concrete and it blocks you from hope. And this didn't happen. And if it did, I didn't know about it. I didn't know that you were here. I didn't know. And I didn't know that it happened because no one talks about this, ever. And there's someone that I love too, who couldn't be here today. My mom passed away 11 years ago, and it wasn't by suicide, but the loss of my mom contributed a lot to me not wanting to be here anymore. I was bullied mercilessly in school, and my mom was my anchor in reality. And the day that she passed away was one of the first times that I knew that I couldn't do this anymore. And what I didn't know then, and something that I know now, is that grief is just love with nowhere to go. And so the second time that I attempted to take my life, it was because I had used means to feel better and self-medicate that didn't agree with what society said you should do. A lot of people had opinions on what I should do after the loss of my mom, and it involved lots of advice and, man up, just do what you've got to do. But I had all this love with nowhere to go. And it took me a while to figure out that service to the community, volunteering, doing good things for other people is that love in action. The second time that I attempted suicide, it was because of shame. You hear people say that, suicide, you die by pain. For me, it was 3 different things, 3 different times. But the third time, it was abject fear. It was after the loss of my father, and I just didn't know how to live. The world is a difficult place to live in, and everyone has advice on how you should live it, but no one ever tells you that it's okay to be you, that it's okay to not be okay, and that's okay, Everyone has advice. I felt very guilty about being a survivor of suicide when we've lost so many people, but I realized that I have a unique ability to give hope back to the people who are still going through the really difficult times that I went through. And when I tell my story to kids in schools with our Ending the Silence program in middle and high schools, and we were just at my high school at Truman, I get to let them know that it is not weak to ask for help. It's not weak to need something outside of yourself to make you feel better. Just, there's a better way to do it than the way that I did it. And you don't, my friends are here. You know, there's a better way. There's a better way to do it. Does anyone else feel guilty here today? I do too. I carry it with me. What I want us to do today is something that we did when I spoke at the Percy Walk. Because shame and guilt, you know, a loss won't kill us, but shame and guilt will. So something that we could do together today is take your hand and put it on your heart. So if you've lost someone to suicide, to pain, to shame, to substance use, to mental illness, and if you're a survivor of an attempt for whatever reason, let's remove the guilt. And on the count of 3, I want you to say, I forgive you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I forgive you. Now let's send one up. Ready? One more time. 1, 2, 3. I forgive you. Now, we can walk. But I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to give back so that I can give my love that has nowhere to go back to all of you in the form of hope and help and support. I get to work for NAMI and give this all back, but I don't get to do this without you. And they're watching. Thanks, everybody.